Hi, this is Kel McCutcheon, and you're watching Patch Turned Up here on Facebook Live. Today we have Joe, and we'll be listening to their show, Help Desk with Joe. This is show number 25, and we are going live. This is Kel McCutcheon with the Patch Turned Up studio here in Spencer, West Virginia. You're listening to Help Desk with Joe. This is episode 47 and show 25. Make sure to tune in for more podcasts, information, and music. Thank you for tuning in.
All right, welcome to Help Desk with Joe, and with me live in person, Joe.
We're back in person.
In person, yeah. So this is a neat deal. I'm way more comfortable with this scenario now, just because it's so nice to see you. You're so pretty.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, a little awkward there, but yeah. I'm just happy to see you, Joe.
I'm honestly, I'm happy to be back. It's been I saw the calendars.
March,
I walked in and
March.
it said March, and I was like, yeah, that's
April,
not a
May,
good sign.
June, so 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're starting to ease back into this, and you're our only person to come into the studio at this point, but that's okay. We're getting started back in. So show number 25. We're making good headway on the show, and you've been doing a great job making it work remotely, which is nice. So I can't say that it's been hard to do because you made it really easy. It's nice when your technical guy is the guy doing the show.
Makes things a little easier.
Yeah, it does. It does. So today, show 25, we got some updates, and as always, you got 3 updates for us, and then tip of the week. So let's start out with update number 1.
Okay, update number 1 is we're going to talk about T-Mobile and Sprint. Our 2 news stories today is going to be T-Mobile and Sprint. We're going to have one third one about something else. And this is actually something that I actually caught myself. I noticed the other day is T-Mobile will stop taking new Sprint customers starting August 2nd. And as a result, there's going to be new deals coming down the pike.
Yep.
For new, I guess at this point we'll start calling them T-Mobile customers.
And I should have done this beforehand, but I didn't. I was going to look back to when you first announced this. But,
April.
Back in April, yeah. I got mine by show number. So that, we talked about Google Nest on show 11. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it right now. But I know you first announced this, and it was a big announcement.
Yeah.
Having that merger and how that would work and how that would affect cell phone users. So now we're actually going to see how those new deals will come out and how they attract new customers.
Right.
And based off the merger change. Okay, what do you expect will happen?
Well, from my standpoint,
I mean, do you think there will be really good deals? Are they going to firestorm deals to get people?
Well, honestly, I'm a little leery, Dave. As we know that I'm a current Sprint customer.
Right.
And I was checking over the weekend, or actually last week, I pulled up the My Sprint app to see what my data usage was and all that, and it actually came up a little differently. It said Sprint and T-Mobile had their both logos on there.
Really?
So I thought, ooh, this must be starting to get serious, and then I actually saw this.
Yeah.
So I was doing a little research last night, and compared to our current plan through Sprint, if we would move over to T-Mobile, we would actually lose about 30 gig of hotspot data per month for the same price.
Really?
Yes. But that's under the current plans. Like I said, they're saying that there's new deals coming in August, so T-Mobile better step up their game.
And I know we talked about this back in the original show. Who will be controlling the helm, so to speak? You'd mentioned Sprint had a pretty decent guy in charge. T-Mobile had someone I can't remember, but you didn't know who might take over.
Yeah, the previous CEO of T-Mobile, he was awesome. He did great things for the company, and then the new CEO, Mike Sievert, he's the one that took over back in May. And so far, the way when they said all this started was, if you're a current Sprint customer, don't expect any changes within the next couple years.
Right.
So as a Sprint customer, that I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
So they said as of August 2nd, they're not going to take any new Sprint customers. So if you walk into the Sprint store, it'll actually be the T-Mobile store, and they said just be prepared when you walk in that the CEO stated that the stores will get a fresh coat of magenta, which is T-Mobile's color.
Right.
And you'll be as a T-Mobile customer.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so Sprint people still stay Sprint, but everybody from here on out will be T-Mobile regardless.
Right. Yeah, all the billing and everything will start saying T-Mobile, but if you're a customer that has a plan with Sprint, it'll just be grandfathered in. And actually, this is something that Cena and I are kind of old pros at this point. We was customers years ago. Do you remember Alltel?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I was an
Okay.
Alltel customer.
Okay, so we was with Alltel.
Shows my age a little bit.
Yeah.
And yours.
Yeah, so we was Alltel, and when Verizon bought Alltel out, it was funny. Cena and I went in and bought and upgraded our phones. We was up to do an upgrade. And literally we was in there, and the lady said, "Do you want to move over to Verizon? No, we're good. We just want our upgrade."
Yeah.
Well, she was really trying to push us over to Verizon. So we told her what we've seen, and I found the exact phone we was looking for, and tell you how our age was. It wasn't like the phones nowadays. It was it was one of those candy bar phones that had the little slide up keyboard.
Yeah,
That's what we was wanting. We want something with a physical keyboard. Yeah. So we found it, and the lady said, "Well, we don't have any." I said, "Okay." I said, "There's a store in the mall." We was in Parkersburg. I said,
Yeah.
"There's a store in the mall. There's a store in Marietta. Find me one."
Yep.
She goes, "Oh, well, wait." And she went back, and all of a sudden she had two new phones, exactly what we was wanting.
Yeah.
And while she was checking us out, her manager walked by her, said, "How many we converting today?" And the lady said, "None so far." And her manager said, "We need to get those numbers up." That told me exactly everything I needed to know.
Yep. It's crazy. Speaking about phone technology, I can remember the first time I saw a keyboard that was not a keyboard, but in the screen, like a touchless, I guess.
Yeah.
Blew me away.
Yeah.
My nephew Alston had one.
Mhm.
First person I'd seen that had one. And I was like, how do you know what key you're hitting? You can't feel anything. It's like, you just get used to it. But to him, he was a teenager. You know, he was probably Kale's age or a little younger, 15, 16. He was just texting right along, whatever. And I was like, this is craziness without feeling the actual keys.
Right.
Because I think I had, I don't know, a Palm phone maybe that had the little mini keyboard.
Yeah.
I liked it though. I could use it.
Yeah.
And my Palm phone was small. It was like maybe half the size of phones today.
Right.
The big one's half the size of the smaller ones.
Right.
But and I remember when the Razor was a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah. You had to flip it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was. What was really funny is Cena and I, we got our upgrade through Alltel, and it wasn't 3 or 4 months later. Alltel was no more. It was straight Verizon. So then we got a letter in the mail said, "Hey, you're due an upgrade," because we was new Verizon customers.
Yeah.
So we held out, and that was when only AT&T only had the iPhone.
Yeah.
So then AT&T, or the contract that with Apple and AT&T went out. So then Verizon got the iPhone 4. So Steve and I, we walked in with that upgrade pass. Our phones was 3-4 months old at that point. And I went online and ordered that night, the first night you could order the Verizon iPhone, and I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning and ordered 2 iPhones. It's like, yes, we got
Nice.
iPhones.
Isn't that crazy?
So, as a former customer that's ran into these mergers before, I usually have come out on top on that. So
Yeah, because they want your business. They want you to convert. Yeah. Okay, well, and then you have a second Sprint update.
Yeah, this is actually pretty exciting. This is one of the first updates. This is something completely new to me as a Sprint customer. That this is an old hat for T-Mobile customers. T-Mobile is apparently famous for what they call T-Mobile Tuesdays.
Ooh.
And every Tuesday, T-Mobile brings something free.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's something small, sometimes it's something big. And this last week's T-Mobile Tuesday is bringing MLB TV for free for a year.
Wow.
Yeah, the streaming subscription.
So I'm not familiar with that at all. How do you get it?
Okay, all you have to do is you log into your T-Mobile device.
Right.
And on mine, I went through my Sprint app and clicked the MLB TV, and it started walking me through the process.
And you just get MLB for free for a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
T-Mobile covers the charge for 1 year.
Huh.
And
That's
then they
kinda crazy.
and they also includes a 1 year subscription to. Let me see there's an additional piece.
That seems like a lot to give away.
Well, they call themselves the Uncarrier, and this is the kind of stuff that they do. Like I talked about before when I said, but big things could be coming down the pike. And apparently, this is something they've done for several years. I wasn't aware of. So not only that, do you get MLB TV for free, but you also get a year subscription of The Athletic. And I looked it up. It's a subscription similar to Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
But here's the catch. when you do all that sign up, it asks for your credit card number, and the reason is if you don't cancel within the year, it will automatically hit you next year for that $60 subscription to the Athletics. So after the baseball season's over with, make sure you remember to cancel that.
Yeah. Kale's looking up the Athletic now. He caught his eye with when you start talking sports. So, is this an online magazine, I guess?
Yeah, it looks, like I said, I think it's something similar to Sports Illustrated.
Right. Huh. I'm impressed you skipped over soccer and motorsports that quick. I'm talking to Kale here, but because I can see him scrolling through it on our second screen. There he goes, and he pulled up the soccer part. But pretty neat.
Yeah, so the subscription this year would typically run $60 for since the season. They're not going to run all their full season, all 162 games. They're knocking it down to 60 games. So the subscription instead of cost you $60, if you're a Sprint or T-Mobile customer, you can be able to get it for free. And once you sign up on your mobile device, you can take your login and then use it on your Fire TV, your Roku, your web browser, anywhere else to take full advantage of it.
That's amazing, giving you $60 free, and then they'll do something next Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's okay. So interesting stuff. We have a local
Sprint store.
Sprint for now. Sprint, but is it going to? It's going to change, right?
Yeah. It's supposed to change within the coming weeks. So be prepared
for T-Mobile. Yeah. But we have a local store like that now, and it's kind of crazy. I almost feel a little bad for them. I'm assuming I don't know how all the marketing stuff works, but I know they had local contractor Anthony Roberts came in, ADR Contracting, and built the whole store out, made it look super nice, hung up the signs. It looks really good.
Right.
Of course, it's all brand new.
Right.
And then, I don't know, how long have they been there? Do you know?
They've been probably about a year or more.
About a year. So after 1 year, they're going to get a whole new.
Yes, it looks like Anthony may have more work coming.
Yeah, whole new remake. Which you're right. I guess that's good for Anthony, but you got your store for a year, but get redone. Here we go. So
yeah, I actually have a friend. Okay, Dave? We're going in the Wayback Machine here again. Do you remember when AT&T and Singular? Do you remember Singular?
I remember knowing about it, but I didn't.
Okay, so when AT&T and Singular, they was competitors like everybody else. Well, then they merged, and I actually had a friend. He had all these contracts with AT&T. Well, when those two companies merged, at first it was Singular.
Yeah.
So then they sent him all its equipment and sent him a buku amount of money to go around all these towers and upgrade.
Right.
So he did that. He said, it's great money. He said, I pulled up the tower, 10 minutes worth of work. He said, I'm making great money. Well, it wasn't 2 months. It wasn't a month, 2 months later. They changed the name back to AT&T. Oh. So then they made him go do it again.
Oh, wow.
He said, I tell you what, he said, I hope they change their name every week. He said, I'm making money every time they change their name.
Right. Keeping himself in work.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's funny. Okay, well, so I don't have anything in it. I'm an AT&T customer, but I'm curious to see how the Sprint T-Mobile deal will work out. So yeah, cool stuff. Especially that we get to see it here locally. You're a customer, so I'm assuming next week or two you'll have more news for us about how that transition plays out.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it plays well. I'm anxious to see what these new deals are coming down the pike. 'Cause like I said, right now, if I move my account over to T-Mobile, I'm going to take a hit. So I'm anxious to see what they come up with.
So, but you still get the free Tuesday stuff, right?
Yes, still get the free Tuesday stuff.
That's kind of wild that without being T-Mobile moving your stuff over, you still get the T-Mobile advantages. Well, which, I understand because of the merger, but it's, in my head, that's hard to see how it's separate, but yet not.
Right.
Because I kind of agree with you. You should have to move over to T-Mobile account to get the T-Mobile benefits, but that's all right. Hey.
Yeah, that's just part of the merger process. And like I said, if you're a current Sprint customer, when you start receiving those emails and those bills in the mail that says T-Mobile now, don't panic. You're not supposed to see any changes for around 2 years.
Right. But get on those free Tuesday deals.
Yeah, take full advantage of those free Tuesday deals.
Nice. Okay. Well, news story number 3. I started to say update again because we're talking about updates, but news story 3, you got some different news for us and something that you have personal connection to.
Yeah, Google Nest. Yep. If you have the Google Nest SmartScreen, you can now watch Netflix on your Google Nest SmartScreen.
I don't have any of that stuff, so I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds good.
Okay, well, I don't have the SmartScreen either, and it's basically. Have you ever seen the Amazon Echo shows, like those little smart devices like you put in your kitchen, has the little screen, and you can tell you the weather while you're cooking, and
like a tablet, I assume. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, it's. Kim, can you pull it up? Okay, thank you. Kel's pulling it up. So the Google Nest SmartScreen, it's basically just like a little box. It's similar to like an Amazon Echo or something that. It's just the only difference is it has a screen on it. There it is.
Okay, yeah.
And you can do a lot of stuff with it. Well, one of the new additions coming to it is you can be able to watch Netflix on it. And one of the big things is, why would I want to watch Netflix while on that little screen? But on the flip side of the coin is you now have the ability, because they had the ability with Hulu. Now Netflix is joining in where you can watch this. So if you want to just put a show on or a movie on while you're cooking dinner, you can put it on there and be able.
So essentially, it becomes a mini TV that you can, a portable mini TV you can take with you. How much are they, Kel? Look on Amazon, see if you can get a price. But go to shopping. Oh, okay, $89.
Yeah.
So $89 roughly, and you can have a little portable TV to watch Netflix on, but also get the advantage of the Google. Right.
Yeah. It has like the Google Assistant, which is similar to Alexa. I won't say the trigger word in case anybody's listening.
Yeah.
In case anybody's listening.
I remember that. That was one of those. Show.
Yeah. In case someone has one of those handy, I don't want to trigger it and order something weird for you. But this feature's coming to the Google Nest devices now. There's still, and that's supposed to be coming this week, but there's no word yet if third-party manufacturers like Lenovo, if their version of the Google Nest will have the ability to do this.
Huh. Why would it not? Is it just something that... Because I assume it just goes through the internet like anything else. They just block it, but then they unblock it or something, right?
Right. Well, it could be something as simple as there may be additional coding, or Google could possibly lock that part of the code out and say, well, you have to buy it from us to get that ability. So they can use that as a marketing ploy to say, well, if you can buy, this manufacturer's version of our product and get, this, and this, or if you buy it straight from us, instead of getting the 3 discs, you get all 4 of these.
Yeah. Now, just for my own curiosity's sake here, that Google Nest, if it would be able to show Netflix, now that would kind of take the place of having a tablet that you would use to watch Netflix on as well, or a laptop or something. Does that seem?
Yeah.
Because once you kind of go down that road.
Right. But the Google Nest, they aren't set up to be like portable like you carry around the house. This is something like you just keep it stationary in the kitchen. Like if one of the examples they use a lot of is if you use in the kitchen, if you're in the kitchen and you go in there and make your grocery list while you're in the kitchen, or make a timer, or look up recipes or whatever. This is just an extra feature that it gives you the ability on. So if you're started a show and I need to go, turn the oven on or whatever, you can just pick right up where you left off in the kitchen.
Do you guys have any of those? Do you use anything like that?
We have the Echo Dot, which just does audio but not video, and I would love to have one of these video devices, but with our internet, it's not doable.
Interesting. Do you use your Echo Dot a lot?
Oh yeah, we use it all the time. We use it a lot for music and just random things. What I love is just being able to talk to it. I actually have our Echo Dots set up with if I get up in the morning,
being able to talk to it.
Yeah.
So if you're single and you just need somebody to talk to.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have it set up with a one morning routine. I'll use a trigger word, and then I'll say good morning.
Yeah. And
when it hears good morning, it starts through this little routine of it. It gives me the weather.
Really?
It gives me news updates. I have it programmed with WCHS, our local ABC affiliate. I get news updates on it, and I have a couple of my podcasts that they give just quick little blips of what they did talk about the previous day. And then what I really think is funny is it gives me a traffic update for Spencer.
Really?
Yeah, which I think is hilarious.
One of the 3 stoplights is a little bit behind.
Yeah.
The other 2 are great.
Yeah, it says traffic in Spencer is good, so.
Yeah. That's funny. When you said that, it gives you somebody to talk to. I was thinking in my head, Cena telling you, Joe, just go talk to Echo.
Yeah.
I'm done talking to you today. You're being ridiculous. Just go talk to Echo.
Yeah.
Okay. Echo, be my friend.
But it's funny that Cena's mom and stepdad, they have an Echo as well, and we have it linked with our account. And so there's a feature on there called Announcement.
Yeah.
And where you can talk into it, and then it replays on every Echo that's linked with your account.
Really?
So they live in Work County, so Sadie will get on there and send an announcement. Of course, it'll play in our house, but it plays at their house too. And then all of a sudden you hear ding, ding, and then you hear the response back. So
nice.
So Sadie likes it more to be able to talk to Mama and Papa that way.
Oh, yeah. That's an awesome feature.
Now, there's one feature that I disabled right from go, because there's one feature that you can use. It's called drop-in.
Uh-huh.
And it's basically like if you just showed up somebody's house and just walked in the door, they just, it'll ding, and then all of a sudden you're talking and you're listening to the conversation of whoever you're dropping in on. It's like, nope, not even going to play that.
Really? Why would you have that?
I don't know. It's just a feature.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But,
I think, just for fun, entertaining, but it's like not even going to play.
Yeah, gotcha. Cool. Well, that's pretty neat. I've never really paid attention to him, so or known anything about him, because I like you, we don't have strong internet. We use a hotspot, so
right.
Kind of a moot point for us. But okay, rural living in West Virginia, by golly, not everybody has internet, much less. I heard a little NPR story the other day. Broadband came back up, and I was like, my goodness, because with the schools and all the talk about how to do virtual school and online learning stuff, I mean, we still don't have internet in any manner at our house. So other than hotspot. So kind of crazy.
If internet was as available as electricity, virtual school wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. So okay, all right. Well, got a new show aspect today, I guess. You're going to do a review?
Yeah, we're going to change things up a little this week. Instead of the tip of the week, we're actually doing a review.
All right.
Dave, I'm going to hand this off to you.
And Kel, direct me if I'm in the right direction.
No, you're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was thumbs up or go higher. So, little Google Nest?
No,
sorry.
No. This is made by a company called Wyze, W-Y-Z-E, and this is actually the Wyze Cam version 2. This is a home security camera that has several features. It records at 1080p resolution. It does motion and sound detection. It has the ability to listen for CO2 and smoke alarms.
What?
Yes. Yeah, it has a sensor in it, and if it hears that, it'll notify you that it's picked up on that.
Huh. That's kind of crazy.
It also does night vision, two-way audio, so you can actually watch it and not only listen, but you can actually talk through it as well.
This seems scary. Is this Big Brother spying on us?
Well, if they are, they had nothing else better to do. If they're spying on me, it's a slow day at the office, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
It works with the ALEXA and Google Assistant.
Right.
It has SD card capability for local recording, and it also does unlimited storage, 12-second video clips. It uploads to the cloud whenever something happens.
Is it indoor only?
Yeah, this model is indoor only.
Gotcha. And we were talking about this beforehand. You showed me a video. Amazing quality.
Yeah. I actually, there is on their website, and this is completely legal, they have a modified firmware that you can actually modify and use it as a streaming camera. So our local bowling alley, Country Lanes, they had a bowling tournament back in January before all this craziness hit.
Yeah.
And I set up 3 Wyze Cams in the bowling alley and shot them down the lanes and recorded the tournament live. And we was able to flip back and forth between the cameras, and we was all able to do it from these small, inexpensive cameras.
So, what's it require?
It requires electric. And
so it has to be how long are the cords? Like 6 foot?
It comes with a 6-foot cord, but you can actually do a little research online and through third-party providers, and you can get up to 12-foot cord. No problem.
I'm assuming you could also plug an extension cord or whatever.
Yeah, and here's what's really neat. So I told you it had a micro USB bottom.
Yep.
Now this regular USB on the top, you can actually use this as a daisy chain.
Ah.
So you can actually, if you want to connect a second camera that doesn't have the electric outlet nearby, you can actually daisy chain it off the first one. And it has a little flip-up base, and the camera you can actually swivel manually, and then the bottom is actually a magnetic bottom.
Yeah.
So that's what we used at the bowling alley. The way the alley's set
Metal
up,
rail.
there's the ductwork right above the lanes, so I just stuck it on the
there.
ductwork and pointed the camera, and we was ready to go.
Is there any way to make it wireless, or it has to be solid connection?
No, it is, well, it connects to Wi-Fi, but for electrical purposes, you have to have some kind of electric. Unless you use like one of those power banks, you could probably get like a 30,000 milliamp power bank and make it fully
Pretty interesting.
wireless.
So in your you're gonna review. It's been a long time since we've done a review here, so I know we usually do like 5-star, thumbs up, thumb down, but let's start with pros and cons.
Okay, so the pros is the price. So Dave, I asked you and Kel both before the show. So Kel, what was your price? What was the first price you threw at me?
I thought it was $60 or so.
Yeah.
And Dave, what was your?
I had no idea because when you said it, because I mean I know we had a conversation about like the computer cams we use in here,
right?
How you can't get them,
right?
And I can't remember what we paid for them before, but I want to say $60-$70,
right?
So that's what I threw out as well.
Around $20.
That's crazy.
I know.
Now, so these could take the place of a. Could they take the place of a computer cam?
They can if you use the modified firmware and know how to get it to go into your computer, because that's what I used at the bowling alley for the tournament. I used the Wyze Cams with the modified firmware to actually use as a live streaming cam.
Huh. How do you access it otherwise?
Through your phone, through the Wyze app.
Okay, so you just get so your choices right now. The basic choice is you can watch it through your phone as long as it's hooked to Wi-Fi and power.
Right.
And you can. Okay. So, what all applications do you see this being used for? I mean, the obvious one is around your home.
Right.
But you've adapted it to do live streaming.
Right.
Is that something the average person could do?
Not easily.
Okay.
That was something that it took me a little bit to do. I mean, the process wasn't hard. Literally, the only difference between what it normally does and the modified firmware is you download the file and put it on the SD card.
I always enjoy when a computer technician says, "That's not that bad." I'm sitting here thinking, I can't even get my updates to run correctly. So, all right, anyway, take that for what it's worth. The technology guy, guru guy says, no problem.
Yeah.
Average person, don't even know where to start.
So,
doesn't have one of those automatic prompts, I'm kind of lost.
Right.
And even then I struggle.
Right.
Should I agree to this? I don't know. Is this a trick? Who knows anymore?
Yeah, that's when you call me Joe. Should I say yes or no?
Yeah, I know. Joe, I got something here. You got to come look at it.
Right.
Famous words.
So the price is a biggie. The features. I mean, the
the video you showed me was amazing for a $20 camera. It's crazy.
Yeah, and with the features, with not only motion sound activation, but it can notify you if your smoke or carbon monoxide detector goes off. That was biggie for me.
Yeah. I assume it just auditorially hears it and recognizes those specific annoying...
Yeah, it probably picks up a certain frequency or pitch that it,
we set ours off when we make grilled cheese. It's kind of crazy. Drives you nuts. But it's important to have. So for everybody out there, we are saying, for safety's sake, put new batteries in your carbon monoxide detectors and your smoke detectors.
Right.
And keep them up where they belong.
Right.
So that's our safety tip of the week.
There you go.
Okay, so cons?
I still have 3 more pros. Yeah, this was big on pros.
Okay.
Ease of use. I mean, literally, you plug it in, you download the Wyze app. The Wyze app literally holds your hand on setting it up, and here's how easy it is. You connect your phone to your home wireless.
Yeah.
You open up the Wyze app, and it tells you to hit the sync button on the back, and then it pulls up a QR code on your phone screen that says point it towards your camera. And then the camera reads the QR code and automatically imports all your network information.
Oh, wow.
And then, so the ease of use, and then local area network connection. So for me personally, this is a biggie.
Yeah.
And I know I'm speaking Greek here, so I'm going to try to make it simpler. Local area connection means the internal network of your home, office, whatever.
Right. Like your specific router or hotspot or whatever.
Right. So why that's a big pro for me is we also have the Arlo cameras, which with the Arlo cameras, if you want to view the cameras, if you want to do any modifications with them, they connect to the internet. With our internet around here, it's a pain in the neck because there's usually a 30 to 45 second delay.
Yeah.
And if you just hit play, even if you're connected to your home Wi-Fi on the Arlo, it wants to go out to the internet and then back. So
Right.
there's that delay. With the Wyze Cams, if you're on the same Wi-Fi network as that, it just goes straight to the Wyze Cam, and you don't have that.
Right.
So instead of 30 to 45 second delay, you're talking maybe 2 second delay.
Yep.
Which, as far as setting that stuff up goes and all that goes, that's
a big bonus.
big bonus.
Especially for a guy like you, the time is money.
Right.
You know, you don't want to spend a minute waiting for a signal to circle back to you.
Right.
Kind of crazy we're saying a minute's a long time, but you know.
Right. Hey, but those little minutes add up.
Oh, they sure do. Yeah.
Especially when I'm on somebody else's dime and they're saying, "Can you get done any faster? You're costing me money."
Yeah. Well, and just you have so many jobs to do. But it's funny, that's how I remember, and I tell my kids all the time, I remember watching the first photo load via email back when I was in college. And we sat there and watched it go pixel by pixel by pixel by pixel, drop down, pixel. It had probably 10,000 pixels. And
Yeah.
it took over an hour.
Yeah.
And we sat there and watched it for the first 10 minutes. We're like, all right, this is amazing. And they were like, yeah, this is taking a while, so we'll come back. Now, if your pictures don't load in a couple seconds, you're like, wait a minute, something's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like downloading the MP3. You took 3 hours to download one song, and you better hope nobody called while you was on it, or there was a chance to knock your dial-up connection
I
out.
didn't even get into that because it had so many problems.
Right.
But, you know, I had friends that had, 10,000 songs, and that's all they did.
Yeah.
They were constantly, all right, yeah, I'm on the school's internet, so I'm going to download stuff. Oh, craziness. Okay, so
the last pro is unlimited cloud storage. That's a big one for me as well.
that is big. Wow. Okay.
But they're only 12-second clips, so I mean, you're not eating up a lot of space.
Still,
but
though, to have unlimited is pretty nice.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because otherwise you got to worry about what you lose.
Right.
Okay. All right, and to the cons.
Now the cons, personally, Dave, I love this product so much, and it was very hard for me to find any cons on this one.
Yeah.
So one of the cons is the SD card storage limitation.
Yeah.
The biggest card you can put in there is a 32 gig card, which if you set it up
it's not bad.
it's not bad, but I always like to try to push things to the max. So first thing I wanted to do is throw a 128 gig micro SD card in there, and it's like, nope, not going to happen. So
Well, how many video files does that hold? I have no idea.
well, I did 32 gig. Well, hold on here. I think I saw it on their website.
I have my research guy over here looking it up, but I haven't heard back from him.
Okay, so a 32 gig micro SD card, if you set this up for continuous recording in high definition, would be 2 days worth.
Well, that's not bad.
No, and if you bumped it down to standard definition, you're talking 7 to 8 days.
Yeah.
That's continuous, so that's just nonstop recording.
So if you did like the 12-second clips on movement.
Yeah, if you just set it to
Shoot, that'd
record,
go a long
or
time.
if you
Okay.
set to record on motion, it could be a couple weeks.
So will it work without internet and just go straight to the SD card?
Absolutely.
So you could essentially, as long as it had power of some sort, you could put the SD card in and put it in somewhere and use it as a security cam as long as they didn't see it
Absolutely.
and steal it. But you could hide it pretty easy. It's small.
Right.
So multiple uses for this little camera.
Yeah, for a little $20 device, yeah.
Did you say it did night vision too?
Yes, it does night vision as well.
Interesting. So really, if you were savvy, you could use it as a security cam for the most part.
Right.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, so Wyze, they're still semi-new to the market, and they have made a big splash in Wyze. I just give you a heads up, I will be doing 2 more product reviews, so if you would want to send us more of your products to do reviews on, there are several more products. I will be doing the Wyze, let me pull it up here so I don't want to offend them right before we get started
Pull
here.
up the Wyze thing and drop it over here so we can see what all they got.
Okay, so I will be doing reviews on the Wyze Cam Pan next week, and then the following week we'll be doing the Wyze Band, which is what I'm sporting right now, which is similar to like your Fitbit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you won't believe the prices on those as well.
I'm amazed that it amazes me anymore at what all you can get for $20. You're getting a camera that does all those things.
Right.
I mean, so I got several things here. One, if I can pay $20 and get all the neat stuff packaged in that little square, but how does my car bumper that is one molded piece of plastic cost $1,000? Right? I mean,
Exactly.
no moving parts.
Exactly.
Pretty standard.
Right.
Molded in a machine. But I can get this little, I don't know, what do you think, 2-inch by 2-inch little camera for $20 that does 15 different things.
Right.
Yeah, kind of crazy. So on the website, Kale's looking through now. They got all kinds of neat stuff. They're putting them in outlet boxes outside.
Yeah, and they actually...
Do you see that with like a clear outlet box?
Yeah, that's actually through a third-party provider that makes them outdoor-proof. But Wyze did just announce within the last couple of weeks that they actually started an outdoor version of these.
Yep.
So Wyze, if you want to send us a review unit, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to do an honest review on that. We would love to do a review on that.
I was going to say, I'd love to stick one of these out there on our farm where the chickens are. And we talked a little bit before, but and kind of make that work so people could watch our chickens live.
Right.
We have a really good following for our egg hens that everybody loves chickens. Shoot, they're fun to watch.
Right.
But
yeah, so Wyze, if you're listening,
yeah.
we would love to review your outdoor cam, use it on the chicken farm so people could watch live the
because I see one that's a birdhouse that he put in a birdhouse.
Yeah.
So pretty neat deal. I mean, you can make them weatherproof. Still got to get power to them, but
Right. But with the new outdoor version, it has a built-in battery.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So not even needing power.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, and then just for the sake of it, it's WYZE.
Yes.
Can you go to their website, Kel, and look at all their different products?
Just go to wyze.com.
Yeah. Anyway, our researcher guy, we're going to have to work with him a little bit.
Yeah, right there. There you go.
There, he's got it. So there's the Watch Wyze band you were talking about. Scale. Ooh, we don't want the scale. Time out. Going the wrong direction. So now they have an outdoor starter bundle for $50.
Yeah, that's the brand new outdoor cam.
Nice.
And then that third camera there, that Wyze Cam Pan, that's basically the Wyze Cam, but also gives you pan ability.
Right.
Which is awesome.
That's pretty cool. Okay. Well, that's a great review, Joe. That's definitely something to look into. I mean, for $20, you get a ton of features. They even sell plugs and light bulbs.
Yeah, you can link with your phone that you can actually turn them on and off automatically, and motion sensors. And then the Wyze lock, you can lock and unlock your door with your phone with it as well.
Nice. A keypad, surge protector. You got all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, well, great review, Joe. Great show as always with the updates. I'm curious to see, because we have a local Sprint store, we'll all see those changes happen here over the next couple weeks. If you're a Sprint customer, you'll possibly see some changes. So good work up this week. And then instead of the tip of the week, we replaced that with a product review, which I really like. So I'm going to ask you, I know where the answers are going, and I'm assuming if you've been listening to this podcast, you know where it's going as well. But so we'll do, obviously, you're going to be thumbs up.
Right.
So let's do 5-star review. 1 being the worst, 5 being outstandingly excellent.
Right.
Where does this fall on that scale?
Now, here's how I always base my reviews. I always base them on how easy is it for me to find a negative con on it. And,
Right.
and honestly, this one was very hard. I honestly had to sit and think really hard on what I didn't like about the
I don't
product.
even remember your con. What was your con?
The cons, well, let me pull it back up here. See how
The
hard.
32.
The storage limitation, indoor use only. Oh, and the last con is there's no PC app. You can only use your mobile
phone.
device.
Okay, now that to me is a rough one, just because I don't know. I'm old school. If I'm sitting at work on my computer, I want to use my computer. I hate checking my phone for anything.
Right.
But you had a way around it.
Right, with the modified firmware, yes.
So if you're tech savvy, that con could be erased.
Right.
Okay, so 3 small cons.
Yeah, not major deal breakers.
Yep. So scale 1 to 5, 1 star being bad, poor, 5 stars being outstandingly excellent. Where does this fall for you?
Definitely 5 stars. No,
Nice.
I'm going to take it one step
I
further.
don't know that I've ever heard you give a 5-star review.
Not very often. Not only does it get the 5-star review, but it also gets Joe's stamp of approval. So,
Wow.
So take that and $1, and you might be able to get you a cup of coffee.
And that better be one heck of a dollar.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So that's great. I'm still amazed. For $20,
Yes.
you can get something that does all that stuff.
Right.
I got to ask, is it cheap and it's going to not last long, or how's that work? It just seems like so much stuff for your money.
Honestly, Dave,
It's almost too good to be true.
I know. That's the first thing.
How long have you had it? How long have you had it?
I'd say almost a year now.
No way.
Yeah.
And so it's lasted a year. I mean, what in the world can you buy for $20 that lasts a year?
Yeah, and with this good quality and this many functions and bells and whistles and.
I mean, Kale, what's the last time you spent $20 on something?
Besides gas.
Anything. Yeah, besides gas. Well, hey, we use the Exxon Mobil app you gave us, so he doesn't even see cash and gas. That just goes on our account.
Right.
Do you buy food or anything? When's the last time you spent like $20?
Spent $12 on 18 holes yesterday.
So you bought golf, and how long did that last you? 4 hours?
Yeah.
4 hours? What did you shoot? What score?
85.
So if you believe that one out there, 85. So he's getting good. He's in the 80s.
That or he needs this lack of school is not helping his math any, one or the other.
A little rusty on your math? Is that how that's going? No, shot an 85. All right. So he spent $12 to play 4 hours worth of golf, and then that's roughly not 2/3 quite, but yeah, 2/3 we'll say, roughly the price of that camera that's lasted a year and done a lot of stuff.
Right.
Pretty amazing, Joe. That's a good find. Great review. So for people out there that have any questions, I'm assuming you're going to say call Sprint
Yeah.
if they have any questions about that. But if they have any questions about the rest of the show,
Right.
The Google
Nest.
the Nest update thing, if they want to buy, is it the Nest? Is that what it is?
Yeah, buy the Nest and with the Netflix ability
version,
now.
Yeah. So if they want to buy that Nest, they can call you. And if they have any questions about this Wyze camera, Wyze camera, sorry, I pronounce things the way I see them. So
Right.
the Wyze camera. If they have any questions and want to purchase some of those, how do they get a hold of you?
You give us a call at our office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com, or check us out. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at AM Digital Tech for all that entertainment and goodness. And be sure to subscribe to the podcast, Help Desk with Joe and Dave. Please leave us a 5-star review. We're on all the popular podcast platforms, so if you can't find us, you're not looking for us.
That's right. And I gotta say, we're going to probably have a pretty big announcement based off what we talked before the show.
Yes.
Specific to Roane County, maybe next week.
Very possible.
If not next week, the week after. But this will involve families and students and so forth. So excited to break out some cool news.
Some good news and all the chaos.
Right. Add a little bit of help for everybody. So look for that. Listen in next week for the big, specifically Roane County news. Okay. All right. Well, this is Joe. And again, shop local. A&M Digital Technology powers all our stuff. I'm so excited you're back in the studio, Joe. It made this show very fun. Not that it's not fun when we do virtual.
Right, but it's much more interactive
it
than in
is. I
person.
can see your face. We can read each other's expressions. I think it goes smoother.
Right.
So it's nice to be back in the studio with you. So thanks, everybody, for joining us. And again, A&M Digital Technologies, they power all our stuff here at Patch. And we'll let Cale take it out. So Cale, who claims to be an 85 golfer, we'll see. I'll play with him here one day this week, and we'll check out that score.
This is Cale, and you've been listening to Help Desk with Joe with the Patch Turned Up. Stay tuned in for more podcasts, music, news, and updates from our Patch students. Patch, community and children first. This concludes our Facebook broadcast. You've been watching Help Desk with Joe. We'll be back with more shows. Make sure you tune in and join us next time.